Good afternoon, everyone. So today we will be going through some of those 25C functionalities related to manufacturing as well as quality management module. And as you have already seen in our previous sessions, most of the things revolve mainly around the Redwood, and secondary, it will be mainly on the AI part. So most of the functionalities in all streams, predominantly in 25C, it's on the Redwood as well as on AI agent. Okay. So the first functionality which we have in place is on the operational procedure advisor. So there are two AI agents which is being enabled in manufacturing. One is mainly on operational procedure advisor, and the second one is mainly on work instructions authoring advisor. So this mainly what is a key functionality of this operational procedure advisor is it mainly allows to look into information related to some of those standard operating procedures related to say safety material or any instructions during your manufacturing setups or executions. Those things you can ask a question to the AI agent and fetch those relevant answers from the knowledge base documentation that you provide. So that is one thing which is there in place. So this is one which we have on the operational procedure advisor. So this also, in terms of enablement, it is mainly to create as well as publish these agents using the AI Agent Studio. And you already have the template will be there in place, and those templates you'll have to use it and create the respective agent. And the second one is mainly to publish those knowledge base in document tools. So once you provide all the documentations to the document tool, then the agent you can add it mainly to a guided journey, and from there is what it will fetch those details and it will provide those relevant informations. And for this also, you'll require some of those accesses. One is mainly the SCM Intelligent Agent Management Duty, as well as there is another 5 GenAI Agent SCM Administrator Duty. These are some of those roles which is mainly required. The second functionality which we have on the AI again is mainly on work instruction authoring advisor. So this is also you can use an AI agent in order to recommend what all are the steps one needs to perform for an operations when defining a work instruction task. So whenever you have any particular operation task which is need to be performed, what all are the set of operations that can, what is a sequence or set of steps that needs to be followed. Those are details you can mention as part of it. And this also, as mentioned, it will be an AI agent with the documentation knowledge base that you create based on which is the what the tool will be answering on those. So whatever, so in normal manufacturing industries, each of those organization will maintain their standard operating procedures or work instructions in some of those formats like PDF or any other non-editable formats, which can be added to the knowledge base, which the AI agent can be leveraged in order to respond to your questionnaires. And the main functionalities of these AI agents is you have those information readily available at your fingertips whenever you are in front of the system performing those operations. The next functionality that we have is nothing but an OTBI. This one feature which has got incorporated. I think recently, as part of late 24 releases or as part of 25 early releases, is where we came to a new concept called as workstation. So Oracle Fusion Manufacturing now support manufacturing engineers to create something called as a workstation. A workstation is mainly where you physical assigned location where you perform any functionality, you can create it mainly as a workstation. So what a workstation mainly does is for any labor or resource equipment, labor in terms of a manual labor or in terms of a resource, whenever equipment is switched on or whenever a resource is mainly signing in, signing out, how much time they have spent on a particular workstation, those things can be tracked on, and what all are the functionalities or tasks which needs to be operations which needs to be performed on a workstation. You can write in rules so as to assign it automatically to the concerned person associated to a workstation. So those kinds of things came in as part of the latest release in manufacturing. Now, what as part of 25C, what they have incorporated is they have added to the OTBI analysis also this functionality. So this manufacturing work performance real time, manufacturing workstation checking activities, monitoring real time, manufacturing workstation execution activities, monitoring real time. These subject areas has been created in order to create your analysis or reports on those basis. So this is one of the functionality on the reports analytics which has been added up. Moving on to the next one, this is another key functionality they have added as part of process manufacturing. So there are certain process manufacturing industries where you might be using the same output as input for your work order. It will be a kind of a cyclic work order where whatever the output that you get, you feed it again to the again as an input mainly to your operation. For example, in case of this one drug manufacturing, or in case of any this one what is it juice extraction industries and all those things, where they uses they wanted whatever the output that they get, for example the orange juice or whatever that extract that they prepare, they again processes mainly through another cycle in order to ensure that all the concentrations and everything are consistent. So though in those cases, whatever the output that you get, that also needs to be feed into the that also needs to be feed in as an input for the work order. So in those cases, you can issue as well as complete the same item as part of a process manufacturing work order. So this they have added it mainly as functionality in process manufacturing work order, and the same it support on the costing side as well. So when we have covered on the costing side, this I have mentioned as part of the costing functionality. So for that particular feature on the manufacturing side also, it facilitates mainly the issue as well as completion of the same item in a process manufacturing work order. Then we have something called as control access to work definition pages using data security. So earlier in terms of data security in EFF and all, whenever we define an EFF, we have those options mainly to restrict whether it's a view only, whether to modify or whether to create in that manner. You whether to create, update or view in that manner. You have those restrictions which you can set in as part of a security console under administration. Similarly, for work definition also, they have incorporated this functionality. So with this latest release, you can mainly control the user's access in order to create, update or delete or viewing a manufacturing work definition. So this functionality where you enable it or where you do it is mainly under security console, and within the security console you have the administration is mainly there within which you can control this. And you can write in specific conditions mainly for this. For example, based on any particular item category or so, you can control those as well. So that is one specific functionality which is there in place on the security side of things. So as part of administration, under tools, you have this where you can control based on user item type or by item category or by work definition name, such as say main, rework or transform work order. In that manner, for the work definition names also, you can add in these data security policies. So once you added in those policies, if you don't have the privilege, whenever you try doing any particular functionality, it will automatically pulls you an error message stating that you don't have the respective privilege to perform on those. So this is mainly on the work definition page, incorporating data security to that. The next functionality which we have is mainly to report any material transaction in a warehouse management system enabled organization, and in order to view the reservations mainly for those. So, as part of the earlier release for manufacturing, I believe that it is on the later phase of 24, that is 24C or D. We have this integrate manufacturing and maintenance direct work order transaction with warehouse management system. So that functionality was mainly there, or feature was mainly there, where it will provide the services or core application enhancement in order to support these integration with external third party warehouse management system or with Oracle Fusion Cloud warehouse management system. So that functionality was there. Now adding to that functionality as part of 25C, what they have done is you have those options mainly to report the material transaction in those warehouse management system enabled organization. So that's where you can see these packing unit details and all those things which can be used for creating those material transactions. And not only this, they have also incorporated few other features into this. For example, you have the functionality in order to do reservations also for these particular set of transactions. You can do the reservation as well for these as part of material transaction in warehouse management systems. Then Then the next functionality which we have is on orderless transaction. So this feature was already existing in Oracle Fusion Manufacturing, but not on Redwood. So what this functionality mainly does is, rather than each person or each shop floor this one supervisor or operator creating those work orders and executing the step-by-step operation in order to create those finished products, there is an option where it allows you to perform that production completion process without a work order, and this mainly references the work definition mainly for that particular item. So using the work definition without the creation of a work order itself, you can create or perform those production completion. So that is what we have in terms of orderless transaction using the Redwood page. So this functionality existed prior to Redwood. This existed, but now they have incorporated to the Redwood stream as well. So this is another functionality to report orderless transaction using new user experience. The next functionality, as I told you, you can reserve materials when you're doing a manufacturing work order, and this is also came in as part of the Redwood functionality. So earlier, it mainly supported the automatic reservation where you need to run those ESS jobs mainly to reserve those items. Now the system mainly allows you to manually reserve these material in the manufacturing work order UI itself. So under UI itself, you can go in, and in work orders UI, you can see what all are the materials which are being reserved, and under actions, you can click on that, and you can reserve those materials manually from your inventory side. So in that manner, you have those options which has been incorporated in manufacturing. So in the UI itself, you have those options mainly to reserve the materials manually, and you can view what all are the reservations against any particular work order. Those things also you can see, and they have also incorporated this reservation details, and the reservation statuses also are there in place. So it will show as a warehouse operator when or a warehouse supervisor, whenever you are performing this task in terms of work order transaction, you can see what is the reservation status, whether it is partially reserved or whether it is fully reserved or it is unreserved. Those kinds of details will be available to you. Then, as one of the rollouts which has happened as part of the Red Dot is mainly on the notification as well as the report side. They tried incorporating the Red Dot style and feature mainly to the notification. So, one of the notifications which we have is mainly on the item structure changes for the work definition. So, whenever you have any item structural changes, which is mainly happening on the bill of material, those changes in order to get reflected in the work definition. So those work definitions, whenever it is getting updated, those notifications which used to trigger earlier, now it comes in the Red Dot style. So as part of the functionality, this one on these notifications, you will be able to see what all are the changes which has been happened on the item structure, and it will be shown in red with the old value as well as the new value associated to those. So this is mainly on the notification. So similarly, in manufacturing, there is another notification, another one more notification, which is mainly there in place, that is on the production exceptions. So the next notification that you have is on the production exception also. In this also, whatever is the FII notification that is generated for any production exception, those also now you have those option to enable the red dot functionality. So the all these are rendered functionality you have to enable as part of the profile options. Most of the rendered functionality or features individually you'll have to enable those profile options. For example, for work orders, if you want to enable the red dot, we have that aura underscore WIE underscore manage work orders. Red dot enabled profile option is there. So similarly, across each stream, see you have those Redwood profile option which needs to be enabled. Any questions or any queries on any of these? I haven't captured the entire enablement process because that will be a lengthy document, because in each of those they have the step-by-step process which needs to be performed for enabling these functionalities, and some of those UI changes also. For example, it might allow you to create view as well as to perform additional operations. So all will contain 3 or 4 screenshots also associated to that. That's why it will be a lengthier document if I go with the details. So that's why, as a summary, I have captured highlighting the features as well as what will be the look and feel in the application. So in order to capture, I have taken in 1 or 2 significant screenshots are relevant to that. The next one is related to electronic signatures as well as electronic records in place. So, with this functionality, what happens is one can capture an inline e-signature approval and view whatever is generated e-records when you perform those material transactions. When you do that report material transaction, at that stage itself, you have those option mainly to enable these e-signature functionalities. So as part of the screenshot, if you see, you have those electronic records which is generated and to whom it will be assigned and who has submitted those details will be there in place. So you have those approval notification window also, which is there in place, which captures those details as who has submitted and who has approved, and that also will add a significant value when you do the audit process. Then we have the purchased and receiving information for procured materials. So whatever the purchased material, so under certain circumstances, a manufacturer may procure some of those unplanned parts which are mainly required for the work order completion. So in those cases, if you have direct procurement enabled, these purchased item tab you can enable at organization level, and under purchased item you can see what all are the items that are requisitioned against those work orders. This is also under Redwood, this functionality has been enabled. So it will give you some of those details like whatever is the requisition number associated, what is the purchase order number, line level details, what is the quantity associated. Those details it will be there as part of the process. So this also it needs to be enabled as part of administrative profile option or profile value. One needs to enable for the Redwood functionality. And similar to the earlier one, where you can see the purchasing information for those procured materials in a work order. Similarly, in case of OSP, outside processing flow and all, you have the supplier operation is mainly there, which now you can view the supplier operation details as part of manufacturing work order. So earlier in the earlier release, part of Redwood, the outside processing was not supported. Now they have incorporated the outside processing functionalities as well. So if you go to a work order, you can see those supplier operation details as part of outside processing. You can view those. So in that also, as part of outside processing, you will be performing one or more operations at a supplier site. So whenever you ship those materials for enhancing those or performing that particular transaction or operation, what happens is what all are the items which is being procured, what all are the this one requisition which is mainly created, the purchase order which is created for that, and the corresponding receipt, which in turn will reflect on the operation completion process. So once you receive that item back from the supplier is when the work order operation gets closed as part of, means work order operation gets completed as part of the OSP work orders. So that triggering also will happen as part of that supplier operation. So now the Redwood mainly support the supplier operation details when you are performing this outside processing. So you can drill down and you will be able to see the purchase order and the shipment details. And if any other additional information, those things you can view it over there. One of the other key functionalities or feature which got enrolled as part of Oracle Fusion Manufacturing is mainly this one work order work definition reports. So you have those option with the work definition reports in place, and for those work definition reports also you have some of those count specific details like what all are the completed standard item work definition details, what all are the incomplete item work definition details, and some of those work definition with structure changes. So those details, the count specific details also, they have added it as part of the OTBI analysis, which can be utilized. So these are some of those manufacturing related functionalities which is mainly incorporated as part of the process. Then on quality side, there is only one specific thing which they have enabled. That is one is on the red means the agent part. They have enabled that on the quality side. You have something called as a quality inspection standard advisors mainly there. So whatever the inspection, whatever is the uh, inspection plans that you have in place, whatever the relevant information that you are providing, based on which the AI specific agent will be providing those information. So it will be able to answer questions about the sampling standard documents, and it will be able to determine whatever is the sampling parameters for your inspection plan and all. Those it will be able to answer based on whatever the information which is provided as part of the inspection plan. So that is one agent which is being added on the quality management module. Other than that, one of the key elements which was mainly missing on the quality management module was the use of additional information. We didn't have the descriptive flex fields which was there in place. So instead, during the earlier phases of the project, whenever you are implementing quality management, if any additional information is required, you use something called as a standard objects as part of application composer is what is being used earlier. Now you have this DFF additional information which you can create as part of the quality management module. So under inspection results and all, you can have these DFF which is created, and you can capture in those additional informations. So these are the two functionality they have added as part of quality management module. Any questions or any queries on any of these?
Nothing as of now. So from the content perspective, we have completed, right?
Yes, yes, Prashant, we have completed.
Okay, so let's connect in the next session for procurement part. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, sure. Thanks, everyone.